Australian SAS training. Let's go. Let's get right into it.
Driven 2 hours into the night, the candidates have then marched another 8 kilometres to the camp. These men are now walking.
Take a look at these two. These two have partnered up. They got their kind of their extra gear in between the two of them. I don't necessarily like that, man. I'm just going to tell you right now, this is a course of solitude. You're going to see some guys with big rucksacks, and then you're going to see their guys that got it slung behind their necks. I like that approach a lot better than carrying it with a buddy, one hand. I don't like working with somebody else unless I absolutely have to. Understand this, 95% of these people ain't going to be here. So I'm already leaning on somebody when I should be able to make it back to camp. Don't really like that.
Into what will become the most difficult physical and psychological experience of their lives.
The course itself is physically and mentally demanding.
You don't want to be that dude right there. You do not want to be this guy right here that is having troubles marching to the compound. You don't want to be that guy right there. That's not looking good for you on night one. It ain't looking good. I'm sorry, partner. You don't want to be back there.
If you have prepared yourself correctly, you'll be standing at the end of this course. You'll learn a lot about yourself. You'll learn a lot about the other soldiers standing around you. Be confident. Trust in your own ability. And believe in yourself. If you do that, you'll be standing here in 21 days' time.
21 days. Be confident in yourself. Believe in yourself. That's a hard thing to do, man. You out there getting your head caved in with physical exercise, long humps, heavy rucks, unknown points, unknown distances. Man, it's hard to double down on who you are. But he's 100% correct. The guys that are successful, man, you could put them through hell and back and they're going to be just fine.
And remember, I want warriors.
Housed in a cold shell of a building known as the Embassy, it's past midnight by the time the candidates have finally...
Ooh, buddy. So it's late at night, past midnight, and they setting up possibly the worst sleeping apparatus in the history of mankind. The Mark I Motto U.S. military folding cot. You better off sleeping on an air mattress on the floor. Now, I know they got some big bugs and some big snakes over in Australia, so maybe it's an Australian thing. But I'm going to tell you right now, like sleeping on that cot, it ain't doing you no good. You ain't getting a good night's sleep on that cot.
Only allowed to sleep.
So one of the things in SEER school, everything's done with music. No normal alarm clocks, nobody coming to wake you up. They got speakers set up in there. They're just going to blast those speakers with crazy music, people crying, women and children screaming. It's all psychological warfare. The other thing I'm witnessing, man, you got guys putting socks on. I like earlier on, we saw that guy with his boots and everything on. I probably wouldn't have my boots on, but you better believe I'd be sleeping in all of my clothes ready to go. Because the last thing I want to be doing is trying to fumble around with socks when they wake us up or underwear. You're going to see some guys that are butt naked sleeping, man. That ain't me. I'm ready to go now.
From this moment on, the men will be constantly torn from their beds and punished for indiscretions.
For inspection, port, arms, DS, inspect the weapons.
Have you cleaned your weapon? Yes, sir.
A soldier's weapon is his most important possession. It must remain within reach at all times and be impeccably maintained.
When we were at the United States Naval Academy on our first room inspection, I'll never forget when they pulled the drain out of the sink. It was covered in hair. There is always some place that the instructors know that the candidates did not look. I think this is a bigger problem here. It's a bigger puzzle. But the fact that my man is taking off the safety device for the barrel, woo, we know we going to find something in here now. We know we going to find something in this place.
Yes, sir. Sir, candidate. Sir.
Oh no! He found the stinky pinky. He found the stinky pinky. Not good. Not good, partner.
Yes, sir. Remove your receiver and whack it, stealthy. Where's your gas pipe, candidate?
Can't answer that question, sir.
So, if you think this is the ultimate FF game, I'm going to tell you right now, 100%. When they issued these weapons to these people, they made sure that they took a bunch of parts out of them. They did a bunch of stuff. They made sure they were dirty. They made sure the last class that had them shot them dirty and left them dirty. They did a bunch of stuff here to see who was going to be prepared. I guarantee you in this group, there's a bunch of guys that cleaned weapons the night before, and there's a bunch of guys that didn't. Clearly, they done took some parts out of these guns, and these dudes didn't even go through their guns to see if they had all the parts in them. Not good. Many a night we was cleaning weapons. Many a night we cleaning team gear, teammates, and then our gear. Our gear is last. But, you know, many a nights I got done with the range, middle of the night, 4 or 5 in the morning, clean guns for an hour, clean A-dubs for an hour, automatic weapons, you know, lay down for a couple hours and get right back up at 8 o'clock and hit that range in the daytime. So it's just part of the lifestyle, man. If you out in the jungle, you got to keep that gun clean all the time. You got to keep it oiled up because it will rust closed in a couple of days. So in the desert, you know, it's full of sand. This isn't nothing to sleep on right here. If you ain't got a working gun in a gunfight, that's a really bad day.
Missing gas plug for this weapon. That's inexcusable. Place everything back together.
Sir.
The DS have reported back to me, and what they reported is totally unacceptable. The weapons are filthy, rust, dust, mud, fluff. Not only dirty weapons, weapons with vital components missing, lost. You just don't get it. PDIs! Judy student!
I have to agree with him 100%. You don't get it. You don't get it. You show up to a gunfight and you ain't got all the parts of your gun in the gun, man, you're going to be dead. But more importantly, your teammates are going to be dead. Little tiny things are huge indicators of your success in this pipeline. I'm going to tell you that right now. I guarantee you there was 15 dudes in that class, maybe 25, that had their guns impeccable, clean, ready to go. All parts. I mean, man, that's why the attrition's so high. You got some fakers in this crew.
June 1996, the regiment lost a number of soldiers in a Black Hawk accident. How many soldiers died on that day from this regiment?
15, sir.
15. 15 warriors who were at their peak. Stripped from this regiment like that. 15 is a number we're going to work with tonight.
Most of these men are already experienced and fit soldiers. The directing staff are forced to push the physical pain levels to the extreme in order to begin breaking the candidates down. It is known as retraining.
I'm just going to say this, man. I love this. They got a bunch of logs tied together. And in buds, there would probably be 3 people on that log, 4 people on that log. That log is about the same size as the one At SEAL training, we had 7 people on it. Every now and then you get down to 3 people on it. This SAS training, though, them cats got 1, 2 dudes on these logs. We're going to see just some absolute misery in here. If you think this is miserable, it can always be worse. So right here, they doing lunges. You don't want to be this guy right here. This is like that guy that was at the back of the formation on the march out. They writing your number down, partner. I can't see his number right now. Number 57. Number 57. They hanging your number on the door. They coming to get you, buddy.
The retraining goes on for hours, quickly exposing physical weakness and hidden.
So you saw that guy touch the last man. I'm just going to tell you right now, they already operating SAS tactics, center peel. It's a movement we do. As soon as you get up and move, you punch the last man so he knows he's the last man. They already working on little stuff.
Injuries. And no matter how hard the men try, it will never be good enough.
That was a poor demonstration. So let's do it again. Push up position. Ready?
So it's already, we got a guy breaking down, man. He probably got cramps in his right leg. Can't bend his leg. Day 1. Probably came into this training massively underprepared. And his body's shutting down. That's not a good sign for success. Just not a good one. Not a good one. Well, let's see how he does. The moon is rising. And the wolves are out. Howl!